start the question.
Okay.
Take your chair. Questions, go.
What do you plan to do as governor to improve JSA as a state?
All right. Okay, so first of all, I'm not going to have a lot of time to go into detail, but all of my platform innovations and continued promises are on my website, which is jjosforgovernor.com. The first one is regions, and as we've seen with the regional candidates, they are a vital part in maintaining a part of the JSA experience that makes it uniquely personal and educational. So one of my platform innovations is to continue to kind of fuse the two together to ensure that communication is strong between the two, and that the two can work towards serving a common goal rather than doing it separately. Another one is advocacy, and I'm proposing grassroots activism projects where the state cabinet aids in helping individual chapters with their own initiatives. Another one is involvement, where I'm planning to have other JSA students outside of cabinet be involved in the planning and reflection stages of the convention process, which is through our website, which brings my next point, which is technology, making our incredible socal.jsa.org website more interactive, more informative, and overall a vital resource to the state.
Well, I just, as governor, there's a couple of things that I would like to do. First and foremost, just dealing with generalized reform as far as JSA cabinet goes, whether it be the state or the region. I wish to investigate various parts of the Senate, various parts of region, various parts of expansion, various parts of chapter coordination. I want to analyze and look at all these different facets of JSA and make sure that they're all running efficiently and effectively that will lead to an overall benefit of the JSA experience. I wish to, look into the debate department, make sure we have comprehensive and very thought-provoking debates for people going to the state conventions. I wish to look into the Senate and work alongside the Lieutenant Governor and make sure that people know exactly what is going on in the Senate. Because as of right now, I've been in this group for almost a year now, I have no idea how the Senate works. There is no way of knowing when they meet unless you are a senator or no one. I wish to make sure that the Senate, what they do is broadcast it and make sure that these FEC bylaws that were just recently passed are made more self-aware, because had I not been running for office, I probably wouldn't even know about those bylaws. So I wish to make sure that every single member that steps through the hotel doors of any convention, any single member who walks onto a college campus for one day, I wish to make sure that they know everything there is to know about JSA that concerns them, which includes all this legislation that is crucial and a pivotal part of JSA.
So one more question. Your hand was up first.
Yeah. I've spoken to a lot of JSA members that say, I wish I could meet more people through JSA. And kind of, when you get into the convention, and there's tons of people, but it seems like the only people that are approachable are ones from your own chapter. So how do you guys intend to connect JSA delegates from different chapters and encourage JSA to be more of an organization with everybody involved rather than just each chapter being an individual coming together for a convention?
And make it succinct, you have.
Okay. Well, I would greet them personally. I'd usher them in. I'd stand in the door. Hey, welcome to Spring State. Hey, welcome to Winter Congress. I'd let them know, hi, I'm your governor. Nice to meet you. What chapter are you from? Okay, go register over there. We'll talk more later. I'd make sure that they know that JSA, it's not just some political organization. It is a family, and I want to see that sort of theme broadcast to every single new member.
All right, well, in case you guys have been to a convention, I'm usually that person standing at the door greeting everyone, making sure that everyone feels welcome. So a few things that I've already done as your Southern Empire Region Mayor. We've had 2 one-days where we broke attendance at both, and it's been in a very approachable format where people could kind of make new friends. We've also had a bonding event, which was the Southern Empire Region Movie Night, which also allowed students to connect on a more personal level. In addition, as Southern Empire Region Mayor, I've hosted 2 Council of Chapter President meetings at my own home where I invited all of the chapter presidents and we spoke about our chapters, provided information, and in addition I would have the council groups to further involve all JSA members, not just chapter presidents or cabinet members. Thank you.
And they'll have 10 minutes of more question time after everything is done.
guest speaker.
Yeah, we have a guest speaker.
Oh, yes.
So if you would like to come up with a question.
Okay. Mike, this question is for Mr. McElroy.
What's up?
What exactly prompted your sudden late entry into this race?
That's a very good question, because for those who didn't know, I didn't actually declare it winner Congress like most of the other candidates here did. It just, I don't know, it just kind of hit me, like, because I had, such a great experience with winter Congress, and I saw all these people running for election, and I thought, you know what? I started thinking to myself, do I want to run for office? I started thinking about, okay, well, what would be my reasoning for running for office? What could I feasibly do? And I just started considering all these things that I've observed in my year of being in JSA, and all these things that I wish to see implemented or fixed for the better. And I thought, you know what? I want to change. I want to make a change in this organization that I truly and love. I want to make sure that things are changed for the better. I want to see this organization grow instead of heading to decline, which is where I see it going in the next couple of years or so. And I want to avert any sort of negative dealings happening in JSA, and I felt that being governor would have a lot of power and oversee the actions that would be necessary to make sure that things happen for the better. So I guess, and unfortunately that hit me at an unfortunate time, so I wasn't able to declare at winter Congress, but you know what? That's not going to stop me or hinder my progress for this organization.
Yes.
So what is this negative downturn of JSA as an organization that you see coming? Why?
Well, basically, it's one of the themes that has been in a lot of people's campaign, which is transparency. Everyone's campaigning for transparency. That means there's something wrong with our current transparency policies. So I wish to see that is fixed as well. Basically, everyone who's campaigning, they see a problem. I wish to take those problems to the next step. As far as transparency, not knowing what's going on in the Senate, not having as good as debates, or not having good moderating. I wish for there to be no sort of schism between cabinet and normal members. I wish for everyone to be in the know and everyone to have the same input, which I feel that currently in cabinet that's sort of more growing, and I wish to see that put to a stop and not have people who are in cabinet have an elitist sense over their constituents. In fact, they should all be on the same plateau of importance in JSA, because we all are equal statesmen no matter what your position is in cabinet.
Yes.
How do you define transparency?
I'm just going to sit down now. The way I see transparency is that everyone's in the know. Everyone has equal input, no matter whether or not you're director of expansion or your freshman just joined for their first time. You have ideas to bring to the table. You're not going to be passed off as, well, you're not really relevant to our department, so we can't really talk to you. Everyone's going to be, working towards a common goal, a greater experience. So transparency to me is just everyone having an equal say and equal opportunity to get involved and make a change, and everyone getting to know what each department does and being able to somehow I guess petition for change as they see necessary.
Questions?
Okay.
You next.
Oh, okay. So you guys said that except for the fact that before you were running, you weren't aware of the legislation that was being passed. How would you try to make the average JSAer like you were before you were running not have that apathy?
I wouldn't say it's apathy, just more like I wasn't aware of what exactly was going on. It's like, just for example, what happened with Clean Development, people weren't aware of what was going on, so it wasn't ignorance or apathy, just they didn't know that was a thing. So I would like to see and make sure that work with the Lieutenant Governor and make sure, okay, Senate, make sure you're doing your job, but make sure you're making other people aware of what you're doing, because Senate, they are a backbone of what's going on in the JSA Constitution. So what they decide in those meetings are reflective or are manifested throughout all of JSA and affects every one of us. So I want to make sure that everyone's knowing about that, and I would just basically make sure that Lieutenant Governor is doing their job, and I could somehow get involved with the Senate and make sure that, and then translate that information to the rest of the statesmen.
Do you mind if I say something about that as well?
Go ahead.
Yeah, just in general. In terms of JSAers having knowledge of all entities that are JSA, I started out my freshman year like anyone else, and I had no idea. And I kind of climbed my way and made myself a part of the organization. And this year, as the Southern Empire region, we've already fought to do that. We've succeeded in our in our region. We have a website with incredible resources. We have a cabinet working extremely hard, working with many of you, as Alejandro said, with the phone calls at the one days, and as governor, there's an entire section of my platform that addresses this divide between cabinet and the also Cal JSAers, which I which is something I also like to address, and we're going to do that through our website and through these council groups and committees, and additional blocks at conventions.